Welcome back. We've arrived in Spire, and you can see it's quite an interesting looking place. We appear to be standing in a cage, or what's left of it anyway. And this is of course the cage that Catherine rode into this age, as well as the other prison age, so that she and Atrus could visit their sons. In this case, Cirrus, because Cirrus is the one who was trapped in Spire. But it also looks like this cage isn't quite in one piece anymore. And although I'm no demolitions expert, I'd say that this looks a lot like the result of the explosion that destroyed the security seal. At this point we might think that Cirrus is responsible for this, but that's not necessarily the case. It might still be that Aknar came here and set him free, or maybe even somebody else entirely. An unknown person. Among the remains here, we find a linking book back to Mana. So finding the linking book back isn't going to be a puzzle here, unlike the original Myst. Which also means that if you get stuck in this age, and if you're playing this game for the first time, believe me, you will get stuck in this age. Then you can leave and go somewhere else, to the other prison age. Which is always nice. You gotta wonder though, these bars aren't that far away from the linking book. It seems like it would have been fairly trivial for Cirrus to just use basically a long stick to smash in the glass of this case and then try and get the linking book that way. Would have been easier than blowing up the cage. But apparently Cirrus never thought of that. And a little basket here, which they could use to exchange objects. Again, I'm not entirely sure why that's necessary, because anything that's small enough, like for instance the figurine of the water spirit that we saw in Yisha's room, would have been able to fit through the bars. Would have made more sense if there was a glass sheet or something in the bars, but behind the bars, but there's no evidence that any such thing was ever here. Okay. There's also a small handle here. Let's see what happens. It appears to be an air horn, which I guess was used by Atrus and Catherine to let Cirrus know when they arrived. Which also means that if Cirrus is here, then he now knows that we're here. So our element of surprise is gone. But it's unlikely that Cirrus is here, because quite obviously he has escaped. So unless he came back, he wouldn't be here. It's also unlikely that Yisha is here, but still, a thorough investigation of this age might provide us with some clues as to what the brothers are planning to do with her. A book. It's not a journal, or at least we can't open it. But maybe the necklace can tell us something more.
told me you never wanted to learn Donnie when you were little. That's why he never taught you.
I guess I didn't back then. I was having too much fun learning other stuff. I was pretty stupid back then.
Here, maybe you should try learning now. With me.
Really? You'll teach me, Donnie?
Why not? Somebody should.
Okay, so apparently this is another one of those textbooks on how to write Dunny. Same that we saw on the patio in Tamana. And Yisha wants to teach Cirrus Dunny. And I'm guessing they're talking about the art here, and not just plain reading and writing Dunny. In which case I think it's not a good idea. You could hear in the memory actually that Yisha used this basket thingy to give Cirrus the book. Which again I don't think is really necessary, because it would have fit through the bars. Right. Let's move on. Looks like we're above the clouds. And there's a staircase leading down here. A staircase that we know is not artificial, but in fact naturally formed through erosion. Because Atris deliberately wrote the age to look like it had people in it, while in fact it didn't. Must have made some kind of weird property in this rock so that it erodes in this fashion. It looks like the inside of this rock is more crystalline in structure, which is exposed by the cage which is embedded in the rock here. Possibly as a result of how it was written into the age, much like the ship in Stone Ship Age ended up embedded in the rock there. Some feat of precision writing to get a completely formed cage, including furniture, into an age, and not just anywhere, but at exactly the spot where your linking book leads. It's quite impressive. Okay, let's go down these stairs. You better not have vertigo if you want to explore this age. Because I don't know how far down it is, but considering we're all above the clouds, I'm going to guess a long way. More traces of these crystals in the rock. And we can see some arches down there, which we know are also natural rock formations and not artificial structures. More crystals. Seems that this age is rich with crystals. Let's just continue down the stairs. What do we have here? Looks like an elevator shaft. Looks like it's a long way down. Not sure if that's supposed to be the elevator or if that's just, I don't know, the end of the shaft, or as far as we can see. Let's push the button. Nothing happens. Guess it's out of order. So we'll just take the stairs. Now we're coming to this first landing, which we could see from the stairs a bit higher. And look at that, that looks like the sculpture of the painting that we saw through the crystal viewer. there's a memory about it.
Come on. You must have seen it a million times growing up. What was it like? Father was writing, Mother was. Left of him? Who had the boat? I had the boat. Yes! Yes, I had the boat.
Okay, well, that confirms that Sirius made this, which was pretty much a given considering there was nobody else here. It still doesn't tell us why he made it or why he placed it exactly in front of the viewport of the crystal viewer, because he must have known about that. I refuse to believe that's a coincidence. But we'll continue in the next video.